everyone, welcome back to the Tower and another episode of Distory, a monthly series where I take a significant event from Disney Parks and Resorts history and talk about it on the day that it happened. As promised, this month's topic was picked from the poll left in January's Distory video, and the winner was the One More Disney Day event. So actually this video is not on the day that the event happened because One More Disney Day actually happened on February 29th, but we are not in a leap year, so I couldn't make it on February 29th, so you're getting it today. So, as the world was celebrating the beginning of 2012 by watching Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve, Disney announced that they would be holding a bi-coastal party on Leap Day, February 29th, 2012, where they would keep parks open for 24 hours straight to celebrate the extra day that we got that year, with it being a leap year. And it was going to be called One More Disney Day. One More Disney Day was a really important part of Distory for multiple reasons. One of the main ones being that it was the first time ever that the Magic Kingdom Park in Orlando and Disneyland Park in Anaheim would be open simultaneously for 24 hours, starting at 6 a.m. local time on February 29th and ending 6 a.m. local time on March 1st. This event also made Distory because it was the longest operating day that any Walt Disney World park had ever had by being open for 24 hours. No park in Orlando had been open for that long before, so it was a big deal. Disneyland had previously been open for 24 hours or more before, including a 30th birthday celebration for the park and a 60-hour-long Captain EO party back in 1986. Disney also launched a website for the event, onemordisneyday.com, and it included information about the event as well as a sweepstakes that gave one family a day a vacation to either Disneyland or Walt Disney World from January 1st all the way through the event day of February 29th. Now let's fast forward from New Year's Day to February 29th of 2012. The day of the event. Guests started lining up for the event on both coasts well before the park opened at 6 a.m. Literally the night before the event, people were lining up ready to be among the first to experience this crazy exciting day. Obviously there was special merch and food, because what would a Disney event be without special merch and food? The first 2,000 guests to enter the gate, both in Florida and California, received a commemorative ear hat. At Disneyland, none other than Mickey Mouse himself led the Disneyland band in an opening ceremony, and of course, Minnie, Goofy, Donald, Daisy, Chip, and Dale were all there too. At Walt Disney World, you can find Mickey and Minnie out front of the train station doing different interviews and news segments to promote the event and to give more detail about the event, leading up to our regular welcome show at 6 a.m. It was reported that at Walt Disney World, within an hour of park opening, queues at the Emporium for merchandise were about 50 people deep, which is pretty crazy. And the wait times recorded at that same time of morning were no longer than 10 minutes for every ride, which is crazy. So basically, everyone that had entered the park pretty much went straight to the Emporium to get their limited edition merch, which meant if you weren't interested in buying merchandise, you pretty much could have gotten on any ride you wanted within the first few hours of the morning. In addition to the standard attractions and entertainment that are offered every day at the parks, there were also special meet and greets, such as princes that are not normally out, meeting with their princesses, and all 7 dwarfs with Snow White, as well as Mickey and Minnie in their pajamas. And there were dance parties scattered throughout the parks, and buttons being handed out, and as I already said, special merchandise, special food, so it was definitely a very special day to be in the parks, and I am sure that any of you that may have went could attest that it's probably unlike any other day you've spent at Disney World or Disneyland before. The event was very popular and guests had an amazing time, and that leads us to our second reason why One More Disney Day is an important part of Distory, and that's because it was like the birth of 24-hour events. Disney's next bi-coastal 24-hour event was called the Monstrous Summer Kickoff, and it was announced on April 25th, 2013 by projecting Mike Wazowski's face onto Spaceship Earth. Basically, what this announcement said was that there was going to be yet another 24-hour event, both in California and here in Florida, and this time it would be centered around Monsters University, which was going to be premiering that summer. Unlike the last event, which was for Leap Day, this one was going to be the kickoff to summer at Walt Disney World and would be taking place on Memorial Day weekend, which is one of the busiest travel weekends of the year and really the kickoff of the summer travel season for most families. This event holds its own special history because Disney announced that not only would Magic Kingdom Park in Orlando and Disneyland Park in Anaheim be open for 24 hours, but they would also have Disney California Adventure Park open for 24 hours. The Monstrous Summer Kickoff was the longest operating day of Disney California Adventure up until that point, and it was also the first time that 3 parks would be open for 24 hours simultaneously. Here at Walt Disney World, there was a dance party in front of Cinderella Castle that lasted until the wee hours of the morning. Mike and Sully were the grand marshals for the parade, and of course, characters were meeting in their PJs, because what would be the point of a 24-hour event if you couldn't meet Mickey in really cute pajamas? Disneyland Park also saw some dance parties that may or may not have been crashed by monsters, and they also had a pajama party in Toontown. While all of that was going on, over at Disney California Adventure, guests had the opportunity to meet some of the Monsters University students in their dorms, and there was also a special Monsters University themed float at the beginning of their Pixar Play Parade. The Monsters Summer Kickoff was a huge success and led to, you guessed it, another 24-hour event in 2014. In 2014, Disney announced the Rock Your Disney Side event, which they announced by having 140 of our favorite Disney characters stand in the shape of a hashtag, and they took an aerial photo of it and posted it to social media. And truthfully, I think that 140 character hashtag was the best part of the whole event. For the Rock Your Disney Side event, Disney actually encouraged guests to either wear costumes or dress in Disney bounds as a way of showing their Disney side. One of the main focuses of the Rock Your Disney Side event was the ability to encounter rare characters. Maleficent, bowler hat guy from Meet the Robinsons, Bolt, all kinds of like really weird random characters were going to either be out for meet and greets or be appearing different places throughout the parks. So that's really what the massive appeal of this event was, because in case you didn't know, people really like villains, and so when you say that villains are going to be in an event, people lose their minds, and I don't blame them because we don't see them enough. Seeing how crowded and crazy Magic Kingdom was that night, it was no surprise at all when Disney announced yet another 24-hour event for 2015, the Coolest Summer Ever event. Coolest Summer Ever was, yep, you guessed it, a Frozen-themed 24-hour event. Here in Orlando, Anna, Elsa, Kristoff, and Olaf were all a part of the welcome show and helped to greet guests as they came into the park to start celebrating this awesome summer. Disney Channel stars were the grand marshals for the Festival of Fantasy Parade, and there was also a Disney Channel-themed dance party in Tomorrowland. There were also sing-along screenings of Frozen, a Frozen pre-parade in front of the Main Street Electrical Parade, and, of course, characters in their PJs. The Coolest Summer Ever was especially cool for the Disneyland Resort, though, because it was also the kickoff for their 60th anniversary Diamond Celebration, which meant that this was the night that Paint the Night, Disneyland Forever Fireworks, and World of Color Celebrate officially debuted at Disneyland Resort. 2016 surprisingly did not see another 24-hour event. I was really hopeful that we would have another Leap Day event since 2016 was a leap year, and I was really disappointed when we got to the end of February and nothing had been announced yet, because I was really, really hopeful that that was going to be a thing. I even had a trip during Leap Day. Like, I was here in Walt Disney World that week looking at the apartment that I live in now, but like I was here just in case, but nothing happened, and I was really disappointed. But nonetheless, for 4 years, 24-hour events became an insanely popular and beloved tradition here at the US Disney parks. If you sit back and think about how many cast members and how many countless hours of planning and work must have went into this project to make these parks run smoothly for 24 hours, 4 years in a row, it's absolutely mind-blowing, because when you think about it, these parks are used to being open maybe 10 to 12 hours a day, and Disney decided to double it on both coasts 4 years in a row. That's insane and blows my mind to think about. And so big thank you to any cast members who worked during any of those events. Like, thank you to everyone who worked to put those events together, because the 3 that I went to were wonderful, especially Monsters Summer Kickoff. Those cast members are the real MVP. And again, in my opinion, it's one of the coolest things that Disney has ever done, and I really do hope they bring it back in the future. But at any rate, none of these events could have been possible if it hadn't been for the One More Disney Day event, and that's what makes it an important part of our Distory. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below if you happen to go to any of these 24-hour events and what you thought of them. Like I said, I had a great time at the ones that I went to, but I would love to hear from you guys. Also, be sure to make your voice heard by voting in the poll in the cards to let me know what you guys would like to see for March's episode of Distory. If you guys enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up for me. And as always, for more magical Disney content, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a magical day, and I will see you real soon. Bye!